What's up, Digidestins? This is Kyle D, better known as RideMyAvatar, and did you hear the bell? That means it's another day in the market watch. So without further ado, let's get into the video and talk about it. So boys and girls, we're going to start it off with Animal Coliseum EX-05. It's starting to be listed. And the prices are not looking that bad, but don't be buying this at $10 a pop. The card barely even sees play in the format. This is going to be in for Nats. So, to be honest with you, this is a one of maybe to pick up, and this is going to be a one and done. Do not invest into it $10 a pop. This thing will be dollars when it releases. We got Fanglong textured, $34.99. I'm going to be straight with you. This could be possibly where the price ends up being. Because, to be honest with you, what is it? Anubis is really the big one, and Fanglong is going to be the next big one. So, Anubis and Fanglong are really the big boys in the set, and then everybody else will be trickling down. I think Fanglong will be probably sitting in the 20 range and hold there, and the reason for this is just because it is a secret that mandates you to have 4 copies. If we take a look at Alphamon when that happened, he was in the 30 plus range for a good while. So Fanglong could see that above that too. Depends on how well the deck does and how players want to go about it. It's really kind of interesting that they are going about the deck designs where they have like these cool boss Digimon where it centralizes the theme. You know, the Sovereigns and the Devas go hand in hand. I don't know how this is going to handle, but EX-05 is going to be interesting. VMod from Gen Con 2023 is going up, boys and girls. I feel like this is just armor hype, and that's really from BT16, and that's just really what it's coming down to. Anything else would be just a long stretch. This has been going up for a while now, and that's just because we know what armors are going to be able to be capable of doing. There's a lot of potential, and especially because we also can use this for Imperial Digimon. Also Imperial Digimon. I forget that Armors and Imperial Digimon use this card. I forgot there was a big Imperial Digimon. So, Imperial Digimon and the Davises. Davis is really powerful, and especially with the Davis and Ken combination, you're going to be wanting to grab that Davis. So, this Vmon's going to help you out in any way, shape, or form, and then, you know, it can DNA Digivolve into your other forms. So, Armors and, you know, the Imperial Digimon deck is going to really take a loving to this card, and no surprise there, this card's going to go up. I mean, being the alternate art and a Gen Con exclusive, you're going to expect this to be pricey. Europe side, at least you guys are having it cheaps. You guys are €4.50, €5, €5. Yeah, you guys got it pretty decently over here. A lot cheaper than us. Then we have Rise Greymon X Antibody Event Pack 5, X Record, $17.50, and climbing. The hype for, guess who? Guess who? You know who I'm talking about, is Shine Greymon Punchy Punch Boy. So, Marcus Punch deck is definitely using this. So is the Patamon deck, which is very important to keep that in mind too, because being able to remove threats and because you can slam down as many tamers, you're going to be a nasty combination. So Rise Greymon X Antibody just combos extremely well. Then we have, you know, Europe side looking like €6.80, €6.90, like €6.80 all the way up to roughly 8, and then it jumps to 10s right after it reaches the 8 cap. So, guys, it's a 1 to 2 of in most of the lists, so maybe pick this up. If on your side, it's definitely cheaper. Metal Gurumon X Antibody Alternate Art climbing up. This is no surprise here. We know that Gurumon is just going to be one of those powerhouses. The deck is hyper strong, and it's not going to go anywhere. The deck is going to do what it wants to. It's already showing that is the 3rd best deck in the format, and when restrictions come through, I don't think the deck's going to die, per se. I think it'll hold strong, but it can definitely change up what you guys perceive. So just keep that in mind, that the deck is strong, and it's still going to be strong. You might lose out on your Gurumon X, antibody free, draw 2, trash 2, gain 1 memory shenanigans, but, you know, you still have the other Gurumon X antibody. So, you know, you're gonna just have to deal with it if it gets hit. Europe side looking like 16 euros 90 cents, 99 cents. It jumps up to 20s pretty quickly. And at least with the ban restrictions, we won't be affected till March. Alphamon Alternate versus Royal Knights climbing up, starting to go up, boys and girls. This has 6 listings. Somebody can come in for 42, bump it up. Buy these in the 45 range here. And then boom, this is now $50 card to jump to 70. There's not much holding us back just to be a ridiculous expensive card. And the reason for that is Alphamon is just Alphamon. It's just going to be expensive. The support is there. We know that we have different support coming through. And who knows, Alphamon might be broken. Then, oh, wow. Excuse me, Alpha. We're going to get on the Europe side. Let's see what Alpha looks like on Europe. Alphamon, Alphamon, we found you. Alphamon, 35 euros, 30 goes up to 40 pretty quickly. There's plenty of listings if you need like 3 copies at 38 euros a pop. That's not terrible. A lot cheaper than what we're seeing it climbing up to. Magnum on X Antibody X Record climbing up. This is just armor hype in generalization. This is going to come forwards. There's always going to be some sort of theme and metric here, but Magnum on X Antibody is pretty solid. Your armor rush is going to be really good. I think with the new wave of support, especially because now you have multiple ways of climbing up on the X Antibody. You have 2 X Antibody forms. It's going to be quite interesting to see what they do, but definitely climbing up because of the hype in BT16. Europe side looking like 3 euros, 3 euros, kind of 4, 5 euros. Yeah, kind of climbs pretty quickly, actually. Plenty of stock, though, in the low end. So, nothing to really rush about yet on you guys, but you should probably pick up a copy here and there. Metismon X Cross Encounter BT10 finally coming down a little bit after the big spike with Vaccine. The deck's still good. I think people just haven't found the right ratios, the right combination of how they want to play the deck. And that's just what's holding that back. So 6 is, you know, $6. Not terrible. Plenty of stock copies. Metismon, Europe side, 3 euros 50 cents, 4 euros, 4 euros 10 cents. You know, kind of jumps up from there. We got plenty in the 4 range, then hits 5s. Most of it is in the 6 range where you're going to get multiple copies from one seller. Just keep that in mind. But kind of jumps after 10. Wow. Oh, there you went. Jerk. Gabumon Winter Holiday Fest. Was at $4 and now climbing up to 8. I think you just hold off a little bit. I don't know how purple's going to do, but this card's always going to be fun to play with. And who doesn't want to play Christmas in July, right? When we're still playing purple Gabu something. Europe side looking like 3 euros 50 cents, goes to 4s. Plenty of stocks in the 4s range, and then it goes like to 5s pretty quickly, but there's a lot of listings on this card. Mirage Galgamon, I told you it was going to go up. People who were sleeping on the deck saying it was dead, it was gone, it was just out of here. Well, apparently not. It's 10s right now. After all that backlash and backpush, we are now back up into the 10s. No surprise there. Mirage is just good. Mirage is going to be good. Still bricky little guy that it wants to be. If you don't see your right parts, you're crying. Europe side looking like 7 euros, 10 euros. Wow. Crazy. Magna Angemon Ace exclusives. This card is at $125. Wow. I'm not surprised there. Yellow Vaccine. Magnamon Ace is one of the best yellow cards to be printed. Next to Jet Sylphie, in my opinion, is just a really powerful card regardless of how this happens. You know, just being able to, if you're at 5 or fewer, recovery 1, and then be able to, you know, buy 6,000 DP anything if you're a full set, or you go down from there. But being able to recover with Magnamon Ace is just ridiculous. Europe side, you guys are holding strong in the hundreds at least, and plenty of listings, so you have nothing really to worry about right now. You pick up when you want to. You probably will go down, actually. Analog Youth Classic Collection coming down. This is probably because of restriction list fears. To be honest with you, they people know when cards they feel like are either going to get hit, so cards start dipping because of restriction fears. So Analog Youth, one of those cards that are just being affected by it. So we'll see if that continues. Europe side, €1.80 to €4 range. Yeah, plenty in the 4 to 5 range actually for listings. So yeah, you guys still a little more, still evenly priced with us. Shine Greymon Room Mode, alternative being booster EX-05 regular, sitting at 60s. Crazy. This card is just expensive, but why not? Yellow Vaccine can play this card. You know, this is just crazily strong. I think the fact that this is what it is, Shine Greymon Room Mode, is just nasty. Europe side looking like €67, goes to 70s pretty quickly. There's not many listings either with you guys. Kind of expensive card. Really good card though, because it can stop opponents' plays if they didn't evolve into an ultimate before raising. So Patamon alternate art going up 32s. No surprise there. Yellow Vaccine. Patamon's just that good of a card. It's always going to be good in any vaccine deck you do. So just keep that in mind, that we will see Patamon just be an expensive card. It's just going to be one of the top cards in BT14. Europe side looking like €18 to 25 range. Plenty in the 24 range at doubles. But Jesus Louise, this card just climbs pretty quickly into 30 after €27. Wow. The card's going to be expensive. Saski is just climbing, boys and girls. No surprise there. Almost $100. I'm sorry, guys. This card just is getting... please don't arrest me, Mr. Police Lady. That is what the vibes are here. But the fact that she is doing what she's doing and being expensive is no surprise here. I was wrong, and I'll say it all the time, that I made the wrong call on this, but Saski is a good card. And she's going to be good for any deck in the future, especially if you play Mumsay, New Maze, or Digipolice. So there's at least she's being splashed in so many decks that will play her consistently. So that's the thing coming down here, is that Mumsaymon actually wants to play her. You know, black decks want to play her if you have Digipolice in it, or anything like a Numaymon. So stuff like that does add up and matter in some circumstances. Europe side looking like €34 to about 50s. Plenty in the 34 to 38 euro range paired to our 50 plus. But do I think she'll come down? Probably after Ulti Cup is done. She'll start slowly teetering down, because as much as she's a competitor in Nats, the deck is just not going to keep up with Anubismon. Just spam out everything. You know, Beelzestar, kind of just being able to control the board. So just keep that in mind here. Shadramon definitely finally cooling off from that 20 plus range on buyout. But now we're in the $12 range. Just wait it out. I don't know if the deck's going to be really good, so we'll just have to see if Shadramon comes down. Europe side, €10, €12. You guys jumped up with us. Kind of good you guys are starting to cool off, though, which is good. Lonke Aristato. This card spiked up. Several reasons, I think, behind this is because this Pulsemon deck is actually looking a lot scarier, and we'll get more Pulsemon support from BT 16 to 17. So there's just a lot of going on with Lonke. So Pulsemon has a lot of things going for it. You know, you don't need to meet color requirements if you're playing a Pulsemon deck, and Lonke is just really nasty, especially because you can easily manipulate and stay at 3 the whole game. So we'll see if that continues. Europe side, you guys got it dirt cheap. If you guys can you send me some? €8, €8.50 to 9s to 10s. Yeah, you guys got a heck of a lot cheaper than us for your event pack, but it's good to see that you guys have it cheaper. But all in all, that is all for the Market Watch. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll catch you next one. Peace.